Depending on where you are in the universe, reality itself would look completely different. As humans, we suffer from a profound bias of perspective. What we see here on Earth feels standard. We have a stable sky, a sun that rises and sets on a predictable schedule. We experience physics in a way that makes sense to our primitive brains. Drop an object and it falls. Look up and the stars twinkle gently in the dark. We have built our entire understanding of reality, our science, our philosophies, our sanity around this tiny quiet neighborhood of the Milky Way. But our neighborhood is an anomaly. We live in a quiet, isolated suburb of the cosmos. This stability is an illusion born of our specific location. If you were to pluck Earth from its orbit and drop it anywhere else in the universe, the very laws of nature would seem to shatter, because what feels normal here is not universal. It is merely a localized bubble of calm in an otherwise chaotic, hostile, and utterly incomprehensible void. Imagine waking up on a planet deep inside a dense galaxy cluster. If you looked up, the concept of night wouldn't exist. The sky would be a blinding, suffocating dome of light, packed so tightly with neighboring stars that the darkness of space is entirely erased. There would be no constellations, no deep space, just a relentless, eternal glare that would blind our telescopes and isolate us in a cage of light. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine waking up on a planet inside a cosmic void, like the Bhutas Void, a spherical region of space nearly 330 million light-years across, containing almost nothing. If Earth were placed in the center of this void, the night sky would look entirely wrong. It would be pitch black, no Milky Way, no neighboring stars. The first human astronomers would have looked up and seen absolute, uninterrupted nothingness. We wouldn't have known other galaxies existed until the 1960s. In some places in this universe, there is no night. In others, there are no stars. There is no visible structure to cling to, just an endless, terrifying isolation. But a change in scenery is nothing compared to the distortion of time itself. On Earth, time feels like a constant river. It flows at one speed, taking away seconds, days, and years for everyone equally. But the universe doesn't respect our clocks. Thanks to the laws of relativity, gravity dictates the flow of time. If you were to stand on a planet orbiting near a supermassive black hole, the crushing weight of that gravity would bend the fabric of reality. For you, time would feel completely normal. Your heart would beat, you would breathe, you wouldn't feel any different. But two observers can experience time at different speeds. While a few minutes pass for you on that planet, entire centuries could be bleeding away back on Earth. Civilizations rising and falling, stars being born and dying. Out there, in the deepest gravity wells of the cosmos, someone could age slower, without ever noticing. And if distortion of time doesn't break your mind, the physical environments will. We think of planets as rocky worlds or gas giants, places where matter simply exists. But the universe harbors regions so extreme, so unfathomably violent, that our understanding of chemistry completely breaks down. Consider the regions near active quasars, where the friction of matter falling into a black hole generates temperatures hotter than the core of a star, blasting radiation so intense it would vaporize an Earth-like atmosphere in seconds. Or consider the exoplanets we've already found, worlds where it rains liquid glass, blown sideways by winds traveling at over 5,000 miles per hour. Rogue planets wandering the freezing void without a star, cloaked in eternal darkness. There are places in this universe where matter itself struggles to exist, where the very atoms that make up your body would be ripped apart, compressed into strange new states of quantum soup. Perhaps the most unsettling truth of all is that we are not stationary. We feel like we are sitting still, but the Earth is spinning. The sun is dragging us around the galaxy at 500,000 miles per hour, and our entire galaxy is falling. On a cosmic scale, astronomers have observed a terrifying phenomenon. The Milky Way, along with tens of thousands of neighboring galaxies, is hurling through space at roughly 1.3 million miles per hour. We are caught in a massive cosmic current flowing towards a localized anomaly. We are being dragged through the darkness. Even entire galaxies are being pulled towards something we can't fully see. A concentration of mass so unfathomably huge that its gravity dominates our entire region of the universe. We don't know what it looks like, we just know we are falling towards it. When we look up at the night sky, we think we are seeing the universe, but what we experience is not the universe, it's just our version of it. Our perception is entirely limited by the fragile biology of our eyes, which can only see a tiny fraction of the light spectrum. We are limited by our location, trapped in a quiet, boring corner of a single galaxy. We are limited by our understanding, relying on a brain that evolved to track predators in the grass, not to comprehend the twisting of time around the singularity. We are living in a sensory deprivation tank, hallucinating a reality based on the tiny sliver of information that manages to reach our planet. It's inconsistent, and what feels normal to us might be one of the rarest perspectives that exist.